Have you ever sat quietly and wondered, do they miss me? After everything we shared, after the laughter, after the unfinished conversations, do they still think about me? Do they still remember who I am? As a medium for over 30 years, this is one of the most tender questions I'm asked. And today, I'll answer it honestly, not with fantasy and not with fear, but what consistently comes through in real sessions with real families. And what I'm going to tell you may bring you more comfort than you expect. The first thing that I want you to understand is that consciousness does not disappear. Memory does not dissolve, and love doesn't erase itself. When someone crosses over, their personality, their awareness, and their memory remain intact. They know who you are. They remember your voice, your laugh, the small private things that only you two shared. In sessions, loved ones often bring up extremely specific memories, moments no one else would know. That alone tells us something profound. Memory survives death. Over the last 30 years, I've worked privately with grieving families. I've also participated in documented paranormal investigations and afterlife research, cases where communication was validated through evidence that could not easily be explained. Across both private sessions and investigations, one pattern remains consistent. Consciousness continues, memory continues, personality continues, and love continues. I want to share a story with you. Not long ago, a man booked a session with me. He had lost his father and was going through significant life changes, career shifts, relationship changes, and other life transitions. He had traveled to come spend some time with his sister, and while visiting, decided to book a one-on-one with me. Now, here's what's important. He wasn't fully sure what he believed about the afterlife. He had felt the subtle energy of his father's presence at times, but still doubted it. He wasn't certain if it was real or if it was just his grief and wishful thinking. So during our session, his father came through very clearly. He acknowledged the life changes that he saw his son going through and was there to offer his love and support. And then something interesting happened. His father's spirit showed me that his son was still wrestling with his belief about the afterlife, as if he needed more proof. So I was told to say this: he knows you're not fully convinced, so he's going to be showing you a sign. Expect something personal and significant within the next 24 hours. This will be your sign that our communication is real and that he is aware of what you're going through in your life. After our session together, he and his sister went for a short hike. They took a particular trail in and came back on the same trail, and nobody had passed them. But on their way back, they stopped. There, in the middle of the trail, was a small black plastic pocket comb. It wasn't there before, and their father, without fail, always carried the exact same comb in his pocket. They both just stood there. No one had passed by them. It hadn't been there on the way in. And in that moment, his disbelief faded. He felt it. In fact, they both did. They knew this to be a sign from their father. A comfort washed over him, knowing that his father was making contact, knowing that he was truly aware of what was going on in his life. His father knew, and he was paying attention. That's what love does after death. It finds a way to reassure you. Now, let's come back to the question: do they miss us? Yes, but not in the same way that living humans experience missing someone. On Earth, missing someone feels heavy. It feels like lack, and it feels like something's gone. On the other side, they do not experience it the same way. They are aware of you. They observe your life. They feel your emotional waves, but they are not suffering in separation. Their perspective expands. They understand timing. They understand soul contracts. They understand that physical absence is temporary. So while they absolutely remember you and love you, they are not sitting in sadness. In fact, they are rooting for you, encouraging you, sometimes even nudging you towards healing faster than you feel ready for. Love does something extraordinary after death. It becomes less possessive, less attached, more pure. It becomes frequency. This is why you may suddenly think of them, why songs come on at the right time, why some dreams feel more vivid than other dreams. Love becomes easier for them to transmit. And here's something most people don't realize. When your grief softens, the connection often strengthens. Not because they left, but because your nervous system becomes calm enough to perceive them. That's one of the reasons I created my Grief Ease app. Not to force connection, but to gently stabilize your body and emotions after loss, so you can begin to feel steadier, safer, and more open again. So if you're going through changes right now, you've made a big move, career changes, ended a relationship, or begun a new one, taken a risk, or just survived something really hard, and you're quietly wondering, do they see this? Do they know what I'm going through? Are they still aware of me? The answer, from everything I have witnessed in mediumship and afterlife research, is yes. They are aware of your evolution. They are not frozen at the moment of their death. They see your growth, they see your struggle, and they see your strength. And sometimes, like that small pocket comb on the trail, they will leave you a sign. Something personal, undeniable, something familiar. Not to shock you, but to steady you, to confirm to you that they are still aware. If you're needing clarity about your own loved one, especially if you're navigating change and wish you knew that they were still nearby, I do offer private sessions. They're gentle, grounded, and focused on healing and peace. Not spectacle, not performance, but real connection and emotional stability. And if you're not ready for a private session, I've created something softer. The Grief Ease app includes spiritual guidance, a grief assessment, and a guided meditation to help you gain your own afterlife connection. The app is designed to help you feel more stable in your nervous system, to lead you into healing the energy of grief and open your connection in your own way. You don't have to force signs, and you don't need to chase proof. Love doesn't disappear, it just changes form. And sometimes it shows up as something small on a quiet trail, just when you needed reassurance the most. Yes, they still remember you, and your connection is not over.